and good afternoon to everyone. I am Dr. Akhtar Ali Gumro. I am discussing with you about the research process, and this is the continuity of the previous lecture. In the previous video lecture, I have discussed about the first 3 steps, and in this lecture, I will try to discuss about the 4 steps, fourth and fifth step of the research process. You can see here that after the observation, preliminary data gathering, problem definition, theoretical framework, variables, and now the generation of the hypothesis and scientific research design and data collection analysis. So here today we discuss about the fourth, fifth, and fifth. So what is the theoretical framework? It's very important in the research, in the business research methods. A theoretical framework is the foundation of hypothetic deductive method. With the help of a cursor, I am showing the lines which I am reading, that a theoretical framework is the foundation of hypothetic deductive method. It represents the beliefs on how variables, phenomena are related to each other, means a model, and an explanation of how these variables are associated. Means theoretical framework helps us to represent the belief that how the variables are interconnected with each other, are related with each other. What kind of the relationship they have. We mostly call this one the model, and explanation of why these variables are associated. Not only we are showing through the theoretical framework that which variables are related with the issue which we are going to research, we also explain some details that why and how these variables are related with others. If suppose we say A is causing B, that why A is causing the B, what are the reasons that A is causing B? If you see, suppose that prices are rising because of the oil, rising the oil prices, inflation is increasing due to oil price. So we have to mention here that what is the theory or what is the logic that the oil price can raise the prices. Overall prices are increasing inflation. Even we can say that in this pandemic situation, we say that the price of the mask is increasing, or we can say the pandemic is increasing the price of the mask or other online systems. So we have to explain here that why the mask price are increasing because of the COVID or any other things. So it means in the theoretical framework, not only we mention that what variables are related, we also explain that why these and how these variables are related with each other or with our problem which we are researching. So from the theoretical framework, then testable hypothesis can be developed to examine whether the theory formulated is valid or not. So when we develop the theoretical framework, means relationship of the variables, then we develop the hypothesis. Developing the hypothesis doesn't mean that we only write any statement, any tentative statement. We can claim anything that such kind of the relationship is existing. But whatever the claim or assumption or hypothesis we give on the basis of the theoretical framework, on the basis of the literature, it must have the power to be tested. It must be tested or testable. Means we can test it, we can check it that whether the claim is right or wrong, or assumption is right or wrong, or they are valid or not. Even if hypotheses are not generated theoretical framework, even sometimes we don't develop the hypothesis, but the theoretical framework is important for examining the issue under investigation. So when we are not developing the hypothesis, some researchers are not using the hypothesis, but even then we develop the hypothesis. we write the, even if we are not generating the theoretical framework, even if we are not developing the hypothesis, then even then the development writing the theoretical framework is very important because it will help us to examine the issue under investigation. And the variable is anything that can take on varying values. Means variable is any figure, anything which that take various values. Just like if you are asking the age of the people, their age may vary. Not all have the same age. Even maybe there is a difference of days or hours or minutes. Means some sort of the variation is there. If you ask about the income, if you ask about the salaries of most of the different groups, so the values can differ at various times or for same object or person, or at the same time for the different objects or persons. So variable is anything that can take on varying values. The values can differ at various times for the same object or person, or at the same time for the different objects or persons. Like these are the examples of the variables. The production units. How many number of production per day, per hour, or per week, or per year a company is producing. Not necessary that always they are producing similar quantity. How much a worker is producing anything. Absenteeism. How many students or employees remain absent? If someone is checking the behavior of the absenteeism, that implies or the people or the workers, they are remaining absent. Even as a teacher, when the teacher check everyday attendance, every day the teacher will find out the different types of the different numbers that absentee students may vary. Even the persons may vary. Motivation levels are also varying. Some people are very much motivated, others are less motivated. Sometimes we feel very much motivated, sometimes we feel very little motivated or no motivation to perform any task. So these are the few examples that variable means anything whose value changes. Means if we ask, we find the different answers. Types of variables. There are different types of the variables. The dependent variable means we call this one the criterion variable. The independent variable, we call this one the predictor variable. The moderating variable, the intervening variable. So what is the dependent variable? The main variable that lends itself for investigation. The variable of primary interest of research. Dependent variable is the main variable that lends itself for investigation, which is under investigation. The variable of primary interest of research means dependent variable is that one which we are checking that what are the factors affecting our original issue. If someone is conducting the research that what are the factors affecting the COVID? So COVID is the dependent variable. So if we say that nowadays different vaccines are developed by companies, they are trying very hard to develop the different vaccines for the COVID. So there are many people they volunteered themselves and the vaccines are tested on them. So the volunteers are the dependent persons or variables. They are checking through the variation of the vaccines. So the main variable that lends itself for investigation, the variable of primary interest of research. Through the analysis of dependent variable, it is possible to find solutions to the problem. Discussing the dependent variables, I will once again repeat the list of the variables, different variables which we are using in the research. We call them the types of the research, and these are the dependent variable, which is also known as the criterion variable, the independent variable, also known as the predictor variable, the moderating variable, the intervening variable. These are the major 4 variables. We are going to discuss them one by one. So first one is the dependent variable, the main variable that lends itself for investigation, the variable of primary interest of research. This is the main variable which is under investigation, that what are the factors affecting this variable. And another thing that we need to understand, that through the analysis of dependent variable, it is possible to find out solutions to the problem. If suppose we are concerned about the absenteeism, that why implies they are remaining absent, or why these students are absent in the classes. So when we start research, in that research our dependent variable is the absent implies, means number of implies remaining absent. What are the factors causing, means whatever the factors we check or discuss, that whether the other factors have the impact or not. So we are checking the impact on our dependent variable. Exercises of the dependent variable. An applied researcher wants to increase the performance of organizational members in a particular bank. A marketing manager wonders why the recent advertisement strategy does not work. What would be the dependent variable in this case? Means an applied researcher wants to increase the performance of organizational members in a particular bank. So here in this case, the dependent variable is the performance, or organizational performance. And in this case, marketing manager wonders why the recent advertisement strategy does not work. Means here the advertisement is the dependent variable, that why not the advertisement is working. So here we continue the the variables. Now the independent variable. An independent variable is one that influences the independent variable in either a positive or negative way. After the dependent variable, means which is taking the effect, which is affected by the other variables. Now we are talking about the independent variables, means they are not going to be affected by anyone, but these are the cause of the change in the dependent variable, or they can cause the change. So an independent variable is one that influences the dependent variable in either a positive or negative direction. Means it can increase or it can decrease the dependent variable. So therefore, when independent variable is present, dependent variable is also present. And with each unit of increase in independent variable, there is an increase or decrease in dependent variable also. Means when we say that when we have used the independent variable, at the same time we must have the dependent variable. So when we increase or decrease the independent variable, there must be some sort of the change, or sometimes no change, but usually we check the change of the addition, or we check the impact of the independent variables on dependent variable. Just suppose there is an example, new product success, whether the product will be successful or not, independent variable. Stock market price is the dependent variable. In this clause, in this example, someone is checking the impact of new product success on the stock market price. That what will be the impact of the success of the new product which is introduced by the company as impact on the stock price of that company. So in this case, the new product success is the independent. It is not going to be affected by the stock price, but new product success is going to affect the stock price. So independent is the new product success and dependent is the stock price. the stock market price. Conditions. To establish that a change in independent variable causes a change in dependent variable, we need to have 4 conditions, or 4 conditions should be met to check that whether independent variable is causing any kind of the change in the dependent variable. Suppose both should co-vary, means there must be variation in both at a similar time. If one is increasing, another must be increasing. Or if one is decreasing, another must be decreasing. Independent variable should precede the dependent variable, means it follows the dependent variable. No other factor should cause change in dependent variable, means we must make sure that when we are checking the impact of this variable, if we say suppose when price is increasing, quantity demanded is changing or falling, then we have to make sure, though it's very difficult to make sure that whether other factors will change or not, but theoretically and in terms of the research, we have to maintain all other factors constant, that they are not going to change, so that then we can only verify that whether the price has the impact on the demand or not. A logical explanation about the effect of independent on dependent variable, means we must have the logical explanation about the effect of independent on dependent. We cannot say that A is causing B to change, means when petrol price change, we say the marks of a student will also change, or petrol price has the impact on the marks of the student. It's not proper to mention, must be theoretically relevance. So exercise of independent variable, a manager believes that good supervision and training would increase the production level of workers. The manager believes customer purchase intentions would possible with word of mouth, promotions, brand image and product quality. So in this case, list the variables in the above mentioned 2 exercises individually and label them as dependent or independent, and explaining why they are so labeled. In this case, we see that manager believes that good supervision and training would increase the production level of the workers. Here, the supervision means good supervision and training. These are independent because due to better supervision or good supervision and because of the better training, the production level of the workers is increasing, means the supervision and training is affecting the production level of the workers. And in this case, the manager believes that customers' purchase intentions would possible with word of mouth. Means word of mouth means when someone is buying the product, if the person feels satisfied or dissatisfied, when person meet with the friends or relatives or with other people, the person comment about the performance of the product. In marketing terms, we call this one the word of mouth. So here, word of mouth is one of the independent variable. Promotion strategy is also one of the independent variable. Brand image is also one of the independent variable, and the product quality is one of the independent variable. So these are going to affect the customer's purchase intention, that how much a person purchase depending on these factors. Then another is the moderating variable. Moderating variable is a variable the presence of which modifies the original relationship between the independent and the dependent variable. Means this variable relationship between the independent and dependent variables. Means this is the variable which is strengthening the relationship between the independent and dependent variable. Workforce diversity is the independent variable. And dependent variable is the organizational effectiveness. Means if some organization have the different work, means diversified work groups, different nationalities, different religious backgrounds, even other factors which are creating the diversity and its impact on the organizational performance. This is dependent. So in between we have the moderating variable, that if the managerial expertise leads, means managerial expertise is acting in between these two variables or strengthening the relationship of these two variables. If the managerial expertise, the manager is experienced, then workforce diversity will have the major impact on the organizational performance. So that's why this factor is strengthening the relationship or bondage between these two variables. Exercise. A manager finds that off-the-job classroom training has a great impact on the productivity of employees in her department. However, she also observed that employees over 60 years of age do not seem to deserve much benefit and do not improve with such training. It means, in this example, we say the independent variable is the manager's training. And off-job managers find that off-job classroom training has a great impact. Means employees before the job training has very much impact on the performance of the or the productivity of the employees in manager's department. However, she also observed that employees over 60 years of age do not seem to derive much benefit and do not improve. So here in this case, age is the major factor, which is the moderating factor, that off-job training has impact on the productivity of employees. So off-job training is the independent and the productivity of employees the dependent, and so we say that, but in between the age is the moderating variable. A teacher observed that effective teaching methodology can decrease students' dropout rate. It means another example of the practical example of, suppose we are talking about moderating variable, is that a teacher observed that effective teaching methodology can decrease students' dropout rate. However, she also noted that the students who remain frequently absent in the class still have high dropout rate, even if effective teaching methodology is present. So independent variable is that effective teaching is the independent variable in this case, and dropout is the dependent, but here in this case the moderating variable is the habit of absenteeism. So noted that the students who remain frequently absent, so frequently absent in the class is the moderating variable. Another factor or variable is the intervening variable. The intervening variable surfaces between the time the independent variables start operating to influence the dependent variable and the time their impact is felt on. So this variable is acting its role or playing its role when the independent variable start to influence or start to operate to influence the dependent variable, and especially at the time of their impact. Just like we say that workforce diversity, independent variable, organizational effectiveness is the dependent variable, and intervening variable is the creative synergy. Means creative synergy is playing very important role. Means due to the diversity, the creative synergy of the employees have the positive role on the organizational effectiveness. Means when diversity starts, same time creativity is also acting, that whether these people possess this creative synergy or not. Effects of 4 variables: workforce diversity, independent variable; creative synergy, intervening variable; managerial expertise, the moderating variable; and organizational effectiveness is the dependent variable. So actually we have these 2 variables, workforce diversity and organizational effectiveness, but these 2 variables are also playing their very much role. Managerial expertise is acting as a moderating variable, means it is strengthening the relationship of this variable with the dependent variable. And also the creative synergy, which is intervening, means intervene in this relationship and acting its role or playing its role. So theoretical framework is the foundation on which whole research is based. It is logically developed, described and elaborated network of association among the variables deemed relevant to the problem situation and identified through such processes as interviews and observations and literature survey. The theoretical components of the theoretical framework, the variables considered relevant to the study, should be clearly identified and labeled in the discussions. Those variables which are considered, they should be clearly identified and labeled or named. The discussion should state how 2 or more variables are related to one another. Indication in the discussion as to whether the relationship would be positive or negative. There should be a clear explanation of why we should expect these relationships to exist, why the relationship between the variables is existing clearly mentioned. The arguments should be drawn from previous research findings. Whatever the argument we are giving, these must be based on the previous researches, the literature which we have surveyed and the arguments which we have developed. A schematic diagram of theoretical framework, a schematic diagram of theoretical framework should be given so that the reader can see and easily comprehend the theorized relationship. So in the end we also use some sort of the diagram to show the relationship among the variables which we have developed. Hypothesis development. After the theoretical framework and research model, schematic presentation of the theoretical framework, a logically conjectured or developed relationship between 2 or more variables expressed in the form of testable statements. A logically relationship among the variables that price is causing the demand or corona is causing the fear. Relationships are conjectured on the basis of the network of associations established in the theoretical framework formulated for the research study. Means whatever the hypothesis or the relationship we are writing here or developing here, these are based on the theoretical framework. The relationship which we have developed or built while we have written or while we were developing the theoretical framework. By testing the hypothesis and confirming the conjectured relationships or assumed relationships, it is expected that solutions can be found to correct the problem encountered. Means when we test the hypothesis or the developed hypothesis or assumed hypothesis, then we expect, researchers always expect that some sort of the result, they will find some sort of the correct solution of the problem which they are encountering or which they are researching. Examples of the hypothesis: employees who are more healthy will take sick leaves less frequently. This is one of the assumptions, that those employees which are healthy, their health is good one, they are less frequently take sick leave, but in my case it's a bit different. The healthy, they are enjoying more leaves. So if employees are more healthy, then they will take sick leave less frequently, as per this example. Directional hypothesis. If in studying the relationship between two variables or comparing two groups, terms such as positive, negative, more than, less than, and the like are used, then these hypotheses are directional. Means we are suggesting the direction, that where these variables are leading each other. What kind of the direction of the relationship? Positive means if one is increasing, another is also increasing. Negative, it means when one is increasing, another is decreasing, and vice versa. And more than means affecting more than the others one, means we are saying that this variable is affecting more as compared to the other one. Less than means more, it has less impact as compared to the B or C or another variable. So e.g., in example, the greater the stress experienced in the job, the lower the job satisfaction of the employees. It means when the employees feel more stress while work, the stress experienced in the job, the lower the job satisfaction of the employees. Means when employees feel very much stress during work hours or during their job hours, then they will have the low job satisfaction. Means it implies. Non-directional hypothesis means here we are not mentioning the direction that where they lead each other. Non-directional hypotheses are those that do postulate a relationship but offer no indication of the direction of the relationship. Here we are not mentioning that what kind of the direction they will take. Suppose there is a relationship between age and job satisfaction. Yes, there is a relationship, but what kind of the relationship? Positive or negative? It means when age increase, whether the job satisfaction increase or decrease. So that's why we say here we are not mentioning. Suppose example of Delta Airlines. According to the reports, Delta Airlines faced charges of air safety violations when there were several near collisions in mid-air and one accident that resulted in 137 deaths in 87. The four important factors that seem to have influenced these are poor communication among the cockpit crew members, poor coordination between ground staff and cockpit crew, minimal training given to the cockpit crew, managerial philosophy that encountered a decentralized structure. Did these factors indeed contribute to the safety violations? If these, suppose we say they have contributed, but which one has contributed, how much and in what direction? Theoretical framework, for example, suppose the dependent variable is safety violation, which is variable of primary interest. Means in this our example, suppose we assume that safety violation is the dependent variable, which is our primary variable of primary interest. The variable is the safety violation is attempted to be explained by the four independent variables of communication among crew members. Number two, the communication between ground control and the cockpit crew, training received by the cockpit crew, and the decentralization. So here in this case, independent is the safety violation and these are the independent variables. So the less communication among the crew members themselves, the greater is the probability of air safety violations, since very little information is shared among them. When ground crew fail to give the right information at the right time, misfortunes are bound to occur with aborted flights and collisions. Coordination between ground and cockpit crew is at the very heart of air safety. Thus, the less the coordination between ground control and cockpit crew, the greater the possibility of air safety violation taking place. Both of the above factors are worsened by the management philosophy of the Delta Airlines. Here we are using this, the name is just as an example. and nothing else. And this is old example, which emphasizes decentralization. Centralized coordination and control assume greater importance when increased flights overall in mid-air and with all airlines operating many more flights. Thus, the greater the degree of decentralization, the greater is the scope of lower level of communication, both among the flight staff and between ground staff and the cockpit crew, and the greater the scope of air safety violations. Example 10. When cockpit crew members are not adequately trained, they may not have the requisite knowledge of safety standards or may suffer from an inability to handle emergency situations and avoid collisions. Thus, the poor training also adds to the probability of increased safety violations. These relationships are diagrammed in figures by various researchers. When we connect all these variables, we will have the figure. So thank you for listening about the threat research process. This is the second part of the research process. In today's lecture, we have discussed about the fourth and fifth step of the research process, and hopefully we will continue this discussion in the